Good afternoon and welcome to Plymouth Regional High School. Today it's rival day as the Plymouth Regional High School Bobcats will be taking on the Laconia High School Sachems alongside Paul Ferentz. I am Justin Swersky bringing you the call for today. Both of these teams coming in with different records. Plymouth yet to lose. They're 2-0. Laconia losing their first game of the season against Hanover on the road before shutting out Kingswood last week. And we are already into kickoff here in rival weekend. A touchback will start things off. And Paul, what do you expect here?
Well, it's a rivalry. It could make Laconia's season. One win against a big crosstown rival with their history, which is storied quite a bit, and they've beaten each other up over the years. But Plymouth at home is going to be tough. They're averaging 40-plus points a game. And I hope it's a good game. And that's Danny Carey, by the way, putting one in the end zone. Great kickoff.
So Laconia will have the ball to start. As you said it, Plymouth beating Kingswood 43-0 in their season opener, putting up 42 points last week against Kennet. And the first play will get nothing there, maybe a yard.
Yeah, defense has been pretty stout. You got Mignanelli in the middle. Big fan of Will Fork. And you got Jacob Lamb on the far end, number 80. And they're coming together. You got Garrett Maycomber, 48, who goes both ways, obviously. And they're coming together as a group. And I think they're going to get better every week. They have to.
I formation looking to pass here near side. And nearly getting the first down. I believe that was Jacob Steele.
We might have to apologize for some of these numbers. Sometimes the rosters are incorrect. We'll try to listen to the booth across from us who's broadcasting this on radio. If we're incorrect, we'll make the adjustments.
That was Riley Roy back to pass. We do know that for a fact. So it will be third and short. Looks like just over a yard.
Riley Roy makes his team go. He's a go-to guy. Senior, a lot of experience.
My formation looking to run, and there is going to be a flag on the play.
Laconia jumped. Perfect day. A little hot for the football weather. Hopefully the kids are hydrated. It's going to be a long afternoon if they're not. Got a nice crowd. Got the band. Another good turnout here. And an opportunity for Plymouth at home to extend that win streak.
So it will be a false start. 3rd and 6. And Laconia's first possession.
Hopefully this Roy boy will put it up in the air. He's got a good arm. And he might have some opportunities today testing these defensive backs.
We've already seen him pick up 9 yards in that last play before the false start. Will be 3rd and 6 once again. Sharp in the backfield. And Roy is going to be taken down for a loss. So big time play. Plymouth defense showing up in Laconia's first possession and a quick 3-and-out for the Sachems.
He was looking for a quick release, didn't get the time. It wasn't a big drop back, and the line didn't hold up for him. So no interception, no harm. First series, they're going to punt.
Ryan McCrae back to punt for Laconia.
I think we got Brickley deep, along with...
and it will be blocked all the way into the end zone, picked up by Laconia.
I think that was Connor McGowan. Connor McGowan, who goes a great running back. Good on the defensive end, and didn't give him enough time. I don't know. Big turn of events here, and this is an opportunistic, very opportunistic for Plymouth. They should take full advantage of this and keep the momentum going.
I believe it will be a safety, so 2 quick points up on the board for Plymouth. As you said, McGowan just splitting through that line, getting in uncontested.
Pretty much. With an opportunity now and a possession off this punt. Or is he might kick it off. We'll see from here. Anthony Velez is deep. He's very shifty. Colby Moore is deep. Great blocker, runs hard. And Owen Brickley, who's already off to a great start these last 2 years. So 3 tough returners here. And Plymouth loves setting up that wall. He's going to tee it up, so we're going to get a chance at a run back.
Kickoff will be at the 20. Ensuing that safety, a tough start for Laconia.
Nice kick.
Kick will be returned by Brickley.
Going up to the right, coming up the middle. He runs hard and is very shifty, so that's a good return. Good field position. Looks like they're at their 35. Laconia's 35. Put themselves in good position already, Justin.
Yeah, and as you said, I mean, the amount of points that this Plymouth team has put up, 43 points in that first game, 42 in the last game, and now in their first offensive possession inside the 35.
Right, and they typically don't score the second half because they empty the bench and want to give everybody a chance, but they'll do what they can this first half.
Roy, handoff to Maycumber. He'll pick up maybe 2 yards there.
Garrett, as you remember, Gatorade Player of the Year last year, over 2,300 yards. But he's surrounded by Nolan Farina, who's back after an injury, Connor McGowan, Owen Brickley, and they don't even have to use Garrett as much.
And you talk about Olmsted as well, having more passing yards. I know that's a big deal for the time being. He's thrown the ball 17 times in the first 2 games. And once again, I do believe it's Maycomer in the backfield. Player in motion. And first yard, room to pick up more. Inside and scoring the first touchdown of the game. It looks as though that was Nolan Farina in motion.
Captain Nolan Farina, good for him. He sat out all last year. Very difficult, but they're utilizing his real speed, and he's so tough. He breaks a couple tackles on the way down, and that was too easy. This could be a long afternoon for Laconia.
8 quick points on the board for Plymouth. Danny Carey looking to tack on the extra point.
I'm not sure he's even missed this year, so he's getting pretty automatic.
Hold is good. Kick is up, and it is through right down the middle. Plymouth, an early 9-0 lead.
8. 9.
9.
You got the safety, Justin.
I did.
My God, I got to get my calculator out to keep up with you.
I'm an English major, too, so you don't think that I would be able to count.
9-0. There's a crooked number. So, and Danny Carey, full-time starter for the soccer team, had a tough game at Leb yesterday. But he's right out here again contributing to his classmates.
So how does that work? He plays full-time with the soccer team and just kicks on the weekends?
If there's a discrepancy, he goes with his number 1 team, whatever he's decided beforehand. Probably soccer. They have a backup kicker too, but they're in good shape with the kicking team here.
So a quick 9-point lead here for Plymouth. 3 and out for Laconia, followed by the block punt for a touchback. And Nolan Farina's carry. Good for about 33 yards in the first score.
Breaking a couple tackles. He ran hard. That's what he does.
Carry. Kick it to the right side. There is going to be a flag on the play right at the 40.
Offsides Plymouth maybe.
That's what it looks like it's going to be.
Push him back a little.
That kick was caught right around the 15-yard line. So a little bit more room to work with here for Laconia if they can keep it in play.
Well, they've been practicing on kickoffs. You want to go the right corner, left corner, or just go for the end zone, and they're working on these little specifics. We'll see where he goes with this. He's going to go back to the right side.
Bradley Weeks, Drew Muzzy back to return for Laconia. He's going to put it right at Weeks.
Right at the 7-yard line.
Through the 20, 25, 30, and he's finally going to be wrestled down right around the 32.
Good return. A little breathing room. Let's see if Laconia can get on track and make a game.
More of a line drive kick there from Carey, too. Just trying to put it as far back as he could. As you said, going right back to that right side. So Laconia quickly needing to put some points on the board. Already down 9-0.
Brickley and Velez are deep. They're going to be playing safeties and corners. It's a handoff.
And it looks like a pickup of about 4.
Good run. Good pop.
McGowan recording the tackle.
2nd down and 5.
2nd and 5 for Laconia.
You got Colby Moore in the middle there. Hits like a truck.
Drew Muzzy in the backfield. He gets the handoff, breaks the tackle, and the first down of the afternoon for Laconia.
Goes right up the gut. I don't think Colby had a shot at him, right by him. Good first down play. Laconia gets a little momentum.
First down, Laconia.
They're going to spot Muzzy right at the 45 on the carry.
Couple good runs. You set yourself up for a good pitch.
Once again, they hand off to Muzzy. He breaks through the middle, picks up another 5 yards.
That's easy. There's room in that line, and he's taking full advantage of it. To make an adjustment there.
So a pickup of 5, 2nd and 5. Muzzy 3 straight carries.
2nd down and 4 from midfield.
Wes Lambert's in there, our linebacker too. He's got to start keying in on this run.
I formation. Pitch to Muzzy to the left side. He breaks around the 50, down inside the 45. It's going to be close as to whether or not they spot it for a first down. It looks like the chains are going to move.
Good run. They're finding a rhythm.
Muzzy 4 straight carries, 2 first downs. As you said, this Laconia team, after the rough start offensively, really everything carried by Muzzy, as he is in the backfield again. I formation, handoff to the fullback who picks up a gain of 7. Bradley Weeks, the ball carrier.
Well, that's their senior leadership. These are all the seniors. These are the captains. These are the ones who are going to carry this team. And they're moving the ball really well right now. Plymouth's going to have to stiffen up here. Got a wide out. Could be looking.
I formation again. This time the handoff will be to Muzzy, who breaks through, picks up maybe 2 yards.
It's a good tackle. Stood him right up. He looked like he was going to get that first down. Came close.
About a yard shy.
It's a big 3rd down play here for them. Might as well keep it on the ground. Making some great gains here.
The middle of the field, too, for Laconia really has been a go-to. We've seen one pitch out to the left side to Muzzy, and he did pick up a gain of about 8.
No, you're right, Justin. They're taking full advantage of what that gap is right there. And there's a gift. Plymouth is going to give him this first down.
So a tough play, and as we said early on, this Plymouth team who's been putting up a number of points, who's been great defensively, 3 or 4 big-time plays right up through the middle for Laconia, and then right there, just a gift. So they're going to spot the ball at the 30.
This is really good. Plymouth's going to have to get that second wind. They've been out there a while now. They're going to have to figure out what this offense is doing here.
Handoff will be to,
nice
not
counter.
to Muzzy, it will be to Jacob Steele, and Steele's going to be stood up, maybe picking up a yard there.
Nice play, nice counter coming around from the right side. Still moving the ball.
So they're going to give him a pickup of 2, 2nd and 8 at the Plymouth 28.
Look like Ohio State with those silver helmets. They're looking pretty good right now. 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Muzzy
There's another good run.
finds a hole, picks up 3 more.
We're shifting those linemen in and out. They're looking for more beef up front. Miggs is coming out, I think. Steven Shute in the middle there. Knuckle under here, boys.
3rd down and 4.
3rd down and 4 for Laconia. They've already picked up first down. They're 1 for 1 on 3rd down conversions in this drive.
Another
And
gift.
Another does look like it's going to be offsides.
And just over, yeah, they're going to give him another first down, Justin. That's 2 first downs they've given him on this run.
This time on a 3rd and 4, the last one on a 3rd and 1. Have to say that it's a little bit more reasonable to give something like that just because you expect that Laconia is going to be trying to run it up the gut. Instead, right there on a 3rd and 4, another gift, so the ball spotted right at the 20. Handoff will be to Weeks.
Good run up the middle on a quick handoff right there. Good pickup.
Laconia this entire drive has not left the I formation. They've had Weeks and Muzzy lined up behind Riley Roy.
And right up the middle. Like you said earlier, they're taking full advantage of those gaps.
One pitch to the left. Everything else has been Weeks and Muzzy. We did see Jake Steele mixed up in there. Picked up 5 yards a few plays ago. This time another handoff, a short one to Weeks, and he's going to be hit hard.
They're ready for that one.
Weeks on the carry. Brought down by Moore and Lambert.
So I'm not sure if Weeks picked up anything on that, maybe a yard. It was 2nd and 3. We'll see where they spot it.
Wes Lambert filled that gap right away, stood him up.
3rd down and 2.
Another 3rd down.
Good stop right there, Wes. Garrett Maycomber moving around. He's going to take it in the middle now.
3rd and 2. Handoff will be to Muzzy, and Muzzy's going to be stopped short.
I think he might have lost some yardage on that.
Looked like he lost a yard, if not more. Colby Moore flying in through the middle.
I noticed Garrett Maycomber put himself in the middle of that pile. Instead of playing the defensive end, he jumped to the middle of it. Let's see if they got it. It doesn't look like they have a kicking game.
So it's going to be 4th and 4. A loss of 2 on the play.
Big play here.
Muzzy in the backfield once again, and another flag, this time on the Plymouth side, and it looks as though they're going to give another first down to Laconia.
Connor McGowan jumping the gun.
Coachman on the Bobcats.
Those are not Bobcat mistakes that they usually make, and it's out of character, but they know it's a big game for Laconia, and third time they're giving them a first down. And that was a 4th down play right there.
4th and 4.
Keeping the drive alive. What are they, on the 4-yard line?
Looks like they're just inside the 10 at the
just
9.
8, 9. Yep, marching all the way down.
1st and goal, another flag.
Oh.
And it will be, I believe, on the offense.
So you get that 5 yards back.
1st and goal from the 14. That's where the ball will be spotted. 3 flags, 2 offsides, 1 encroachment for Plymouth on this drive. They've really kept the drive alive for Laconia. But now Laconia finds themselves back 14 yards from the end zone. It will be 1st down.
Captain Dylan Hickson's out. You get Jacob Lamb back in there, and Velez is back there. He's good looking to pass.
Roy finds some space, gets down inside the 10. He was looking out to his right, pocket collapsed, and the only place to go was up the middle. He did pick up 4 yards, so it's 2nd and goal from the 10.
That's a positive. Moving the ball. We expect to see him throw it sooner than later.
We have seen, too, Roy, the few times he's dropped back to pass, that pocket's quickly been closed up. Sacked on the first drive in that 3 and out. Roy looking back to pass once again. Pump fake, looks far right to Steele, and Steele is going to pull it in. Laconia finally on the board. A 10-yard pass from Roy to Steele. Put 6 on the board.
More like a 30-yard pass to the side, deep in the corner. Tony Velez was right at him, but Steele out-jumped him. That was a great offensive play, and good for Steele. Good hands, held on to it. It's a big 6 points for Laconia. Looks like, I don't know what this formation is. They going for 2 on this?
Looks like they're going to try to.
Yeah, that funny shift. Oh, no, we're kicking.
We are going to be kicking. Riley Roy will be the placeholder. Snap is down, kick is up, and it will be good. So 9-7 here in the first quarter.
Terrible start for Laconia with losing that ball and giving up a safety. However, they came right back with a great offensive surge, the length of the field. Got the 6 with a great pass to the corner and the kick for the 1. So they're 9-7. Plymouth has the lead due to that safety.
Looks like 37 seconds left here in this first quarter. It's hard to tell from where we are. The glare of the sun over to that scoreboard, the left side of the field.
Yeah, 37 seconds, but a great offensive series for Laconia. They know they can run the ball now, and this may open things up for Roy, who we saw has a really good arm. Put one right on the money in the corner. This could be an interesting day for the Bobcats.
You have to assume, too, that if Plymouth doesn't give up 3 third-down conversions for Laconia on 3rd and short, that drive could have been completely different. They could have punted at the 50 instead. A 2-point lead for Plymouth.
We got to clean up those mistakes. Deep kick.
Caught just inside the 5. Run back from Docent will get through the 30, past the 35, and I believe he'll be down right around the 37, so a great return.
Nice return. Jordan Docent. He's been out a couple weeks, but now they got him in the mix. Good way to break him in. A good return, and he is a terrific receiver. Also plays safety, so he's going to be a big addition to this offense.
So a return of about 24 yards for Docent. 1st and 10 at the 39.
Docent's out wide.
Olmsted will hand off. Maycumber able to break a tackle, will be spotted shy of the 45, about a pickup of 5 yards.
Not too often one guy gets up with a tackle. It was a shoestring because he keeps those legs moving. He's broken a lot of tackles. But you got to pay attention to him, so he's going to draw a lot of attention. It frees up those other running backs. Nolan Farina, Connor McGowan, Docent on the receiving end. A lot of weapons back there.
And that will do it here for the first quarter. Docent was making his way out wide. So 2nd and 5 to start off the second quarter for Plymouth. And Paul, realistically, a game that we could have seen Plymouth take off on in the first quarter and put up another quick score turned into a 2-point lead. I mean, Laconia, as we said, got 3 gifts in that drive, but they did find the middle of the field to be extremely effective. We saw one pitch to the left side that was a pickup of about 8, and that 10-yard touchdown pass from Roy to Steele. But outside of that, I mean, the run game through the middle for Laconia has really been the bright light for that offense.
And good for Laconia taking advantage of those mistakes by Plymouth. It's not often that happens, but you give a good team that opportunity, and Laconia showed up today, and they're taking full advantage. It's a 90-yard march for the score. Roy picked his right time to throw the ball, so it could be an interesting afternoon. They're in it to win it as they get here. Like I said earlier, this could make a team season, especially when it's a big rival. So good for Laconia. Let's see what they could do now.
Yeah, and if you are Laconia, you take a look at that, a quick score right before the safety on their first drive of the game, and looked like things were going to be disaster from the start. Instead, it's 2nd and 5 here. Maycumber is going to get the carry, and he's going to be dropped for about a loss of 4.
Well, that's the first I've seen this year of Garrett Maycumber taking the ball for a loss. They were obviously keen on him. Somebody knew what that play was, and that's rare. He gets taken down by one man anyway. So it's good. The offense is going to have to get creative. Ben Olmsted's got the play from the sideline. See what he comes up with.
So 3rd and 9, ball spotted at the Plymouth 41. Maycumber is in the backfield. Docent out wide to the right.
He's looking.
Olmsted back to pass. Will find a man, and a near first down now past the 30, 25. Still not taken down. The 20, 15, 10, and just inside the 5. That looked like Nolan Farina.
Captain Nolan Farina sat out last year. He's getting a full dose, and that was a great play. Some good blocks out there.
And Paul, from our angle too, it looked as though Farina was going to be taken down right at the 50, and he somehow stayed in bounds right on that right sideline, was able to tiptoe his way down through. Broke a couple of tackles, and Plymouth threatening to score. They're inside the 10. Ball is going to be spotted at the 6.
That's a great play. Right off the bat, they're going to get that 6 back they just gave up. And that was a good passing play. Ben Olmsted put it on the money. And they didn't see Nolan Farina last year due to injury. So he's getting a full dose this year and having a good season so far.
The one game I did call for Plymouth last year was all Maycomber. There was that, I believe, the semifinal game against Wyndham on the road for Plymouth.
You called that game?
I did call that game.
Plymouth is still walking in circles down there, wondering what happened. Plymouth showed up. No one expected. They were a 30-point dog. And they showed up, and they put it to them. That was a great win for Plymouth. And, yeah, they got them coming. I don't know if they have them on the schedule. They're going to remember them, though. I know that. But that was a great win for Plymouth. And Wyndham had not punted that whole year. And that day, they had to start punting the ball, and it was really Plymouth showed up, showed what they were made of.
Looked like Bradley Weeks was down on the play for Laconia. He's being walked off the field under his own power, so good to see if you're Laconia. Hopefully nothing too serious of an injury for him.
Senior captain, linebacker and running back, they're going to need him. He's obviously thrown some good blocks, freeing up those other guys running the ball.
He had a first down carry of his own in that last scoring drive for Laconia. So first and goal from the 6. Handoff to Maycomber. He makes his way around, and he's in the end zone.
That's typical Maycomber right there.
A couple of guys on him, able to muscle his way through, and really no threat. Maycomber finds the back of the end zone.
Couple good blocks up front. The offensive line's coming together. Well, that's a way to get it back right away after giving it up. And so good for Plymouth. Their offense is in good shape right now.
Carey to tack on the extra point. Snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good.
Right on the money, Danny.
16-7 here with 10:50 left in this first half, and another big-time passing play. And Paul, from my understanding, and for being here the last 3 or 4 years, at least in the area, this Plymouth team specifically relying on the run play. Instead, we see a big pickup there of about 55 yards on a 3rd and 9.
Well, they're a terrific coaching staff, and they'll find it, and they'll find that play they need at the right time. Wasn't a really hard pass. That little flare could be tough. But, again, Nolan Farina so happy to be back. Gathered that and just took off down the sideline. So the offense will do what they need to do. Ben Olmsted is going to surprise people. He has a much better arm than people think, and he could put the ball out there. Let's see, Danny puts one in the end zone now.
Muzzy, Steele, and Caruso back for Laconia. Carey's kick will be fielded by Caruso at the 9. And he's not going to find anything. Wrapped up just inside the 20. Had about 10 yards to work with. No blockers. About 4 Bobcat jerseys around him. And he's wrapped up for a gain of about 9 on the return.
Good coverage. Hunter Lassard was down there. Isaiah Crane. They're not big, but they're shifty and they're fast. And they got right to that point there. Broke up whatever blocks were going to spring him. But we're not in the hole. We're outside the 20. See if Laconia can maintain that running game.
Weeks not in the backfield. Handoff will be to Muzzy. He finds a small hole, but quickly wrapped up. Pickup of about 2.
Got to hope Weeks is okay. They're going to need him. Hopefully he'll get back out here.
Another Laconia player is down at the 25. Not a good sign here for Laconia. As you said, Weeks already down, another Laconia player down. It looks to be Muzzy, so that is really not a good sign.
Not going to help. Both these clubs will run their seniors on both ends of the ball, defense and offense, and when a guy like that goes down, it hurts. And it's very tough filling that position in off the bench. So hopefully he'll be all right. Shake it off and get back out there.
So Muzzy down, Weeks already out. He did make his way off under his own power. And Muzzy back up on his own.
Good.
Good to see. He's going to make his way off. Athletic trainer Keith Ball making his way out to make sure Muzzy's all right. It looks as though he's favoring that right leg. So Weeks down, Muzzy down here on this drive. And we're going to see.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Laconia without either one of them, much less both of them.
You have to imagine that Steele's going to be the next guy really to take the brunt of things on this drive. We saw him pull in that 10-yard touchdown pass from Riley Roy. And he's going to be in the backfield.
Riley Roy is very athletic, too. If you can start running some options, throwing the ball 6, 8, 10 yards, a quick pitch right there.
Pitch out to Steele. He breaks through the 25, and he's going to be pushed back. We'll see what they give him.
Is he in the game?
Third down and 6.
So it will be 3rd down and 6 here for Laconia. Steele is back and wrapped up for a big-time loss.
That was Colby Moore. Wasn't going to let him go. Yeah, the defense is starting to stiffen. They're starting to figure out that run gap. And Lambert and Colby Moore coming in from the linebacking position and making some good hits in there.
So Laconia will bring up their punt team there. That was a loss of 3.
We got Brickley deep. And I think that's Anthony Velez deep. Well, that could be Colby Moore. No, that's Brickley. He's already run one back this year, I'm pretty sure. He's very tough to bring down the open field once he gets going.
It looks like a timeout will be called on Laconia's end.
Well, I hope the injured players for Laconia get back. They're going to be they're going to struggle without those starters. That senior leadership is big. So hopefully they're maybe dinged up a little bit, getting back in the game and make it interesting. They had a good running game going, and it's petered out. Looks like they figured out the gaps. Linebackers for Plymouth are showing up.
As you said, too, Weeks really making a lot of holes there in that scoring drive for Laconia. He was out on the defensive end, and then Muzzy was left on his own.
Yes.
First time he touched the ball after Weeks not being there in front of him. Immediately down and injured.
We got Tony Velez and Owen Brickley. They're going to be deep receiving this one.
Bad snap. The punt is still going to get off. A great job there. Velez is going to call the fair catch right at the 40.
I don't know who that punter was, but he did a great job. Recovered and got rid of it. Good job.
Looked like Riley Sykes for Laconia. Somehow got it off. Had a Bobcat coming around to his left. Took 3 steps in, and then actually got a decent punt off. It wasn't like it was
in the pocket and let it fly. It was a good punt. Velez played it smart. He didn't want to take any chances and have a turnover there. He called a safe play on the fair catch and held on to it.
So they're going to spot the ball at the 39.
See, Plymouth gets back to work on the offensive end. Dawson's out wide. One-on-one.
Olmsted will hand off to Maycumber, who breaks the tackle.
Here he goes.
Right at the 50, and they're going to be spotted at the Laconia 49. 2 tackles broke in a spin move, and Maycumber, we've seen him taken down for a loss just once. Outside of that, he's been able to break tackle after tackle.
That's pretty signature run for Garrett. He'll do that. He'll do it up the middle, and he'll break a couple, and quite often he's gone 20, 30, 40 yards.
16-7, clock winding down right at 3 minutes left in the first half.
Plymouth loves to run it and kill that clock as long as they're in the lead and in charge. They do a very good job at that. Dawson's out wide again. Love to see him get his hands on it.
And there is going to be a flag on the play. It's in the Laconia backfield.
It's on the Plymouth backfield. Illegal motion of some sort. I didn't see a thing.
So, Paul, looks like there might be a couple of lights out on that scoreboard because it's now under 7 minutes. So, either that or I need glasses, one or the other.
7 minutes, 54 seconds, I believe. 16-7.
Can see it a lot clearly now.
First down, 15 to go on the 46. And Olmsted is looking outside.
Had Dawson here near side, and he's going to be hit hard. That ball thrown just a little bit too far out of his reach.
Wasn't his best pass.
Olmsted was hit hard too, right after that throw.
Well, you soften up that defense, now they're going to have to pay attention.
2nd and 15.
So 2nd and 15 at their own 46. Handoff to Maycumber. He breaks the tackle and gets back across the 50. Pickup of about 6. So 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10.
This will be an interesting play. See how we want to do this. I would trust Ben. He's been throwing some pretty good balls. That last one to Dawson wasn't his best. But you got man-to-man coverage out there. He's going out wide left now. Ryan D is on him. He's only a sophomore.
Man in motion, handoff,
He's looking.
Play action. Throw far side. It will be caught and picked up. That looks like Farina again inside the 20, still on his feet, and he's going to be downed at the 10.
Jesus, he's so glad to be back. He is having such fun this year. I'm so happy they're including him. He is so dangerous.
Read an article from the guys from New Hampshire Sports Page. They really had a lot of fun with talking about the passing plays here for Plymouth early on. Hope a couple of them are here to see how good Olmsted and Farina really have been able to connect, especially in this first half. Another great play.
Terrific. Big first down. Puts him in scoring position again.
1st and goal from the 9.
Yeah,
Hand off to Maycumber from the left, and he's going to make his way in. I believe they're going to call him inside the end zone. It will be another Garrett Maycumber touchdown.
Just plows his way in there. Quick, nimble feet.
22-7.
Great offensive series for the Bobcats. Keeping that cushion. And let's see if Danny tacks another one.
Carey 2 for 2 on extra points today.
Nolan Farina Holden, the first game of the year, fumbled it. Of course, he ran it in for 2 though himself.
Snap is down, the kick is up.
Yep.
And Carey's going to tack in another. He's got 3 points today, and it is a 23-7 Plymouth Bobcats lead.
Well, Laconia's got to find that rhythm they had to go 90 yards and get that 6 with the nice pass in the corner. Their last offensive series, they got beat up. They're out a couple of key players. It's not been helpful. So, and of course, the Plymouth defense has figured things out.
Well, you have to go back to that last scoring drive and the fact that Plymouth gave up 3 third and short opportunities for Laconia.
And 1 4th down.
And 4th and 4.
So they kept this here, but that's on Plymouth then. But Laconia took advantage, and they kept the offense moving. they have it. They have what it takes if they can get healthy, and I hope those guys, we'll see if those guys are back in the mix.
It looks as though both Muzzy and Weeks are back to return. Steele,
good. Okay.
the other man deep.
So they're okay. Good.
The way that Muzzy was down on that last injury, it looked as though he might have been out for a while. Instead, he is back to return. Carey set to kick.
Nice ball.
Ball will be fielded by Muzzy at the 5. He takes a turn back up through the 20, and he's going to be down right at the 20.
Again, Hunter Lassard flying in there to put the finishing touch on that. I tell you, it was a great catch on that kickoff. I thought he had some momentum behind him, but he got held up for a minute, and Hunter Lassard just leveled him.
Special teams for Plymouth really standing out today.
It's good the way the coaching staff includes those kids who are not part of the offense or defense. They put them in special teams. They earn their worth down there, and they're showing up today. So Patrick Mignanelli back in the middle. Going to try and stop that run.
Pickup of 16 on the return. So 1st and 10 at the 21. Hand off to Muzzy. Breaks the tackle, but he will be stopped. Looked like Maycumber was there initially for Plymouth.
Yep, Connor McGowan's there too. Well, if Plymouth can keep themselves from jumping off sides, waiting for that count.
2nd and 8. And all four of those offside / encroachment on that last scoring drive for Laconia were all on 3rd down or 4th down. And they were all short drives for Laconia. Now Riley Roy hands off to Steele, and Steele's going to be wrapped up, maybe a gain of 1.
Counter, a little slow developing, but again, Plymouth defense is starting to figure it out.
Third and 6 now for Laconia.
Yeah, Cam McDonald in the middle. He got a little dinged up last week. His knee is okay. Jacob Lamb on the line. Maycomber on defensive end over there. And I think Stephen Davis. So, line is starting to figure it out. No, that's Seth Sawyer's in there.
Another I formation. Steele is out wide. Roy back to pass. Little pass near side to Weeks. Weeks.
Beautiful.
Breaking through the 35, down at the 40.
That's a great call, a great play, and they executed well. I thought he can go a lot further. He got 3 blockers out there for himself. But good for Laconia. They're moving the chains again, mustering some more offense.
So Weeks was down right at the 40. And as you said, great to see that he's okay.
Yeah.
Because that's a huge loss if he had to stay out the rest of that game. A great execution from Laconia. Steele is out wide. He does make his way out again. Roy really eyed down Steele for about 3 seconds before that back foot pass, and he's back to throw again. He's looking towards Steele, throwing down, and Steele cannot pull it in. Great pass there from Roy on his back shoulder.
That was not on Riley Roy. That ball hit him in the numbers. It was well thrown. There was some coverage out there, but again, he's the one who stole it from Velez in the end zone to begin with. He out-jumped him. He jumped up on that one and hit him right in the number. That could have been a big gain. Well, the good news is he was wide open for Laconia. I don't think they won't try that again.
Great back shoulder throw. Instead, it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Steele making his way out wide. I formation for Sachems. Roy back to pass. Pump fake. Now he's trying for Steele again. And there is going to be a flag.
Yeah, he held him up, I think. I think Tony held him up.
Steele had a lot of open ground there, too. You could see him turning on the Jets right around the 45, and I think Velez held on.
We get Pemmy Baker access to do a replay for us once in a while. We'll know what the hell is going on. But that was a good play. I think it was a good call. And it's good to see Riley Roy going to start testing our defensive backs. He's got a good arm. Make it a little more interesting. Get some big gains out of it.
completely different than what we saw in that first scoring drive from Laconia, too, where it was carry after carry right up through the middle.
Right.
Now Roy really trying to look for steal on that far side.
And a penalty giving him a first down, which is okay.
So the ball will be spotted at the Plymouth 45. 4:26 remaining in the half. I formation, another whistle.
Oh, we had to change the down marker.
I immediately thought it might have been on Plymouth, an encroachment or something. I didn't see anything on the line initially, but
no,
my
good.
general assumption. Instead, I formation, handoff to Muzzy. Muzzy breaks a tackle, spin move, picks up maybe 2 yards.
Good run, feeling his way. Got a key on him. I'm sure he's broken a couple this year. Runs hard.
2nd and 8.
Second down and 7.
They're actually going to give Muzzy 3 yards.
Inside of 4 minutes.
Caleb Bartlett out wide. Roy handing off to Muzzy. Muzzy is going to pick up another couple of yards.
They closed on him really quick. Kobe Moore with that tackle. Closed in on him real quick from his linebacking position. So good stop. But it sets Riley up. You could run or pass on this 3rd and 5. I'm pretty sure they're going to go for it on 4th down, Justin. Either way.
At this point in the game, already down 23-7 at halftime, I have to imagine that, and especially in a field position like this.
2 plays, 5 yards. I think they got something in the playbook for that. And they got a timeout. Stay hydrated, boys.
Laconia using 2 timeouts so far in this first half. 3:17 remaining in this first half. We'll see if Plymouth can stay on side here. Another 3rd and 5
yes.
for Laconia. And the last 3 times we've seen that, Plymouth has given them the first down.
If I'm Riley Roy, I'm going to be barking a little harder on those snaps. But I'm pretty sure the Plymouth boys are going to have to hold their ground. They've been told more than once already. You know that.
Steele off the field the last couple of plays, now making his way back out for Laconia.
That's good. Senior year. Stay healthy. Finish up. These kids live and die for this game. And it's tough being on the sidelines, especially seniors.
Right now, for those who are out on the field, a beautiful afternoon for a rivalry football game. Little to no clouds in the sky. As you said, a little bit hot for the time given, but I don't think they're going to be complaining too much. So 3rd and 5, going to be spotted right at the 40 for Laconia.
Got Dylan Hickson right in the middle there, captain. He's going to have to dig in on this.
I formation, Steele making his way out. Roy dropping back to pass, another screen, and Weeks is going to be taken down for a loss.
Kobe Moore. He must have looked in the huddle when they called that one. He showed up right on time. Good hit, held on to him, took him down for a big loss. But again, 4th down. I don't think they're going to punt.
So they're only going to give a loss of 1. As you said, now a 4th and 6.
That's where they made the contact. Got away with that. He drove him back. So good. Good defense. They're starting to figure it out.
Big 4th down conversion for Laconia. Steele out wide. Roy back to pass. Has some time. Starts to move out of the pocket. He's going to be wrapped up. And Plymouth is going to pick up a huge sack on 4th and 6.
That's Cam McDonald. Came back from an injured knee. Good pursuit. And he got a little tangled up there, and they dropped him for a loss. So Plymouth offense takes over. Plenty of time for them to march down, too.
Roy had a good 2 seconds in the pocket, was eyeing down Steele all the way on that right side. Steele unable really to get anything. They had nothing near side, and Roy tried to make something into nothing. So the ball will be spotted at the Plymouth 43. Another great start in terms of fielding position. Olmsted will hand off. And a pickup of about 6 yards. Connor McGowan
holding him off with one arm, looking for more yards. breakaway speed if you don't get him right away. He's gone. Good pickup.
And player down.
Someone's down. Bruley's out there right away. He might have gotten knocked out. Oh, they're holding him down. Is that Nolan Farina?
Looks as though it is. He's going to shake off a couple of the athletic trainers.
It's Isaiah Crane. 20 or 28?
Looks like 20.
Isaiah Crane. Slot man, wide receiver. Got a little, probably the wind knocked out of him.
Great job by the athletic trainers immediately getting out there.
Oh, John Bruley's right there. Every event does a terrific job. Always has an intern from Plymouth State, and they're a fabulous team. They learn a lot from him.
So Crane makes his way off. McGowan on the pickup.
2:17 left. Plenty of time.
And
so that was a personal foul of some type.
Can't make out who it was on. I'm
glad he wasn't injured badly.
Now Crane was down on the ground for a couple minutes. Looked as though, as you said, he might have been knocked out. I'm assuming at this point he'll be going through the concussion protocol near side just to make sure. But
absolutely,
popped back up. Looked like he was fine.
You got to be careful these days, and they're very attentive to the hard hits and the concussions and such. And Bruley's, they do a pre-test every year for every athlete. They're really on it. They're really attentive to it, and they're very careful, as they should be.
So, and as you said too, Crane being one of the many seniors on this team, popped right back up and tried to get out of it and say, "I'm all right." Instead, it's 1st and 10 at the 20, at the 35. Handoff to Farina. He breaks a tackle, and he's going to make it all the way in. Another Farina touchdown. That one good for 35 yards, and Plymouth tacks on another 6 points.
So happy for that kid. He's having a great season. They're sitting out last year, and the offense is utilizing all his skills. And you can't key on any one of these backfield players for Plymouth. You got McGowan and Owen Brickley. They haven't even used them. So they have a great arsenal back there. And if it isn't him, it's going to be Garrett or Maycomber. Here comes Velez in late.
Danny Carey looking to go 4 for 4 on extra point attempts. Kick is down, set, good. And it is 30-7 with 2:03 remaining in the first half.
Didn't take them long. Good utilization of the clock. Still 2 minutes left on the clock.
Paul, as I said too, the one game that I saw this Plymouth team play last year was without Farina. So the simple fact that he's in there now, for me personally, is a completely new dynamic. It was a lot of Maycomber's team last year, as it still is for the most part, but the fact that you can throw in Farina and you really have both of those guys in the backfield, it's hard to stop. Defenses are really kind of on their toes and don't know what to expect.
And they could be rested for the playoffs. You know, again, Maycomber 2,300 yards last year, but he's a workhorse. He can do it again if he needs to. But and the other teams don't know Farina. They're getting a dose of him now, but good to have him back there.
Weeks, Muzzy, and Steele back to return. Danny Carey's kick will make its way deep and to the right side of the field. Weeks will receive, breaks through the 20, and he's going to make his way out to about the 25-yard line.
Bradley Weeks on the return.
That was a big hit by Justin Colangeli. Good hit. Another one, special teams. Not playing on either side of the ball, but shows up for special teams.
About a 20-yard pickup for Weeks.
Well, I hope they give a run at it. A minute 56. Roy's got a great arm. Put it out there. Maybe he'll get a call, another flag, and maybe he can make it a quick score and keep him in the ball game.
If you're Laconia, you got to get something here. If not, you can't allow Plymouth to have the ball inside a minute and a half.
Exactly.
Roy out to pass. He's going to find Steele far side. Steele makes his way out just shy of the 30, a pickup of about 4. McGowan there on the tackle for Plymouth. Clock continuing to run. Laconia down to, I believe, just 1 timeout.
They may just kill the clock at this point.
Second down and 5.
2nd and 5.
Well, they got 2 wideouts. Slot man.
First time we've seen Roy in the shotgun. Takes a step back, quickly closes in, finds a gap, breaks the 30 out to the 35, and he's going to be hit hard.
Didn't get out of bounds either, I don't believe.
Just shy of first down, and
Knocked out of bounds by Connor McGowan.
they are going to say that McGowan knocked him out of bounds with 1:14 left. So 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Connor closed on him pretty quick, but that nimble quarterback, he took advantage, took off.
Roy had about a 1.5 seconds in the pocket before he started to get closed in on. Stepped up, did a great job, and another timeout on the field. So 3rd and 1, Laconia looking to convert. If not, at this late in the game, be interesting to see what they choose to do. You'd have to imagine they'd punt, but that would still give Plymouth about a minute
Right.
to try and tack on another 7 points.
I didn't check the Union leader. They usually have that Friday night prediction. Last week was 34-7, I believe, but maybe I can text my producer. He might come up with some information today. We'll see.
Well, Plymouth scoring 43 points in that first game, 42 points last week, now 30. And it's not even halftime yet, 30-7 against Laconia.
Cold drinks and more.
I think Bo's on the same pace. They've been shutting teams out, and that's going to be the championship game next week. A repeat of that championship game. It should be pretty interesting.
So prediction 21-6 Plymouth.
It's not bad. Well, crosstown rival, give them a little respect.
3rd and short, I don't think Laconia got it.
No, they got stuffed. They got stuffed, and they've run the ball a lot better than that all day, so that's too bad.
McGowan came up with the ball.
Weeks on the carry.
I'm not sure. I think they're just going to say that Weeks was down for no gain.
Well, they got to kick this away. They can't take a chance, but hopefully the center can snap it back there effectively, and this punter doesn't have to use the pocket to his advantage.
Yeah, Plymouth taking a timeout with 1:10. That's where the clock will be stopped. As you said, another opportunity. So far today, Sykes, the punter for Laconia, has been blocked once, and a bad snap the last time he punted. Somehow was able to field it cleanly, get around a Plymouth defender, and get off a very decent punt given the circumstances.
Yep, very good punt. Or McGowan could block it again.
First time McGowan's block was nearly uncontested. He somehow made it through without being touched. So Sykes back to kick, 4th and 2. And nobody really pressuring him. The ball make its way all the way down to the 30, inside the 20, now inside the 15, and downed at the 14. And for the offense that hasn't shown up the last couple of drives for Laconia, that's really what they needed, especially the clock inside a minute and Plymouth inside their own 20.
Good punt. Velez kept away from it. It's on the ground. He could have tried, but if it bounces off him, and but that's good. So you put Plymouth in the hole, see what they want to do. They might take a knee, or 59 seconds. You never know. They may try and fling one out there. Dawson's out there. He's got the speed. They do score quickly with Nolan Farina.
Ball spotted right at the 15. I think it's safe to say this is the worst starting position that Plymouth has had.
Yep, and Dawson's wide, man to man. And he's looking for him.
Olmsted back to pass. He's going
long
to
one.
throw to Dawson. Dawson almost had the outstanding catch near the 50, unable to pull it in.
A little more air under that ball. Dosen had it, but he came back. A great athletic move. He almost pulled it in.
Ryan D there on the coverage. And Dosen almost jumped over D.
Yeah, Ryan D's 5'10", and he's a sophomore. I don't know what kind of experience he's had, but Dosen's a big, strong athlete.
As you said, a little bit more air underneath that ball thrown by Olmsted, and I think that would have been a different result.
I agree. He could run away from him at that point. You know what? Try it again. Kill the clock if it doesn't work. He's coming out wide.
Olmsted back to pass, rolls out to his right, and he's going to throw it out of bounds.
We're looking for the underman, Wes Lambert, who's a pretty good receiver as well.
Good idea. Olmsted, I think, could have stayed in the pocket an extra second before beginning to roll out wide. Instead, was looking for Lambert right around the 20. Could have been a 5-6 yard pickup. Great pressure by Laconia's defense.
Good pressure by Laconia.
So 3rd and 10 from the 15. Have to assume, if not a knee, then a quick run. Olmsted instead.
Again.
Back to pass. Dosen near side is going to pick it up and still not brought down. Breaks the tackle now through the 30, the 25, the 20, 15, 10, 5. Bobcat touchdown.
That was impressive. That was impressive. Again, that little sophomore holding on. Jordan Dosen, glad to be back. That was a great individual effort by Jordan.
Dosen 6'2", 175. Ryan D, 5'10", 160. D had his hands locked around Dosen's legs for about 3 seconds, but it wasn't enough, and there was nobody back behind D.
No, but defensive help came up, and Jordan just ran away from him. Good speed. What an impressive play that was.
Carey back to kick. Looking to go 5 for 5, and he will, right down the middle. And it's 37-7 with 29 seconds left. Plymouth needed just 30 seconds to march down the field from their own 15.
That's impressive. That's a beautiful ball. That was well thrown. Jordan held on tight, and boy, to break free from that defensive back holding on to him, not giving up, keeping his legs moving, and then outrunning whoever was closing on him. Great effort by Jordan.
85-yard pass there from Olmsted. And if you saw 85 yards through the air halfway through the season from Plymouth 4 years ago.
Exactly.
2 years ago.
But Jordan Dosen brings a new wrinkle to the team, and he plays defense as well. He can run back kicks and punts. But that offensive strike, he brings a new wrinkle to this offense, which is pretty powerful to begin with. So good for him after a 2-week layoff. Right back into the swing of it. With 29 seconds to go.
Gary back to kick. He's going to push it near side, and it is going to be controlled by Bannon. Bannon makes a move, and we brought down. My mistake, Kelby Brooker. First time he's been back to return.
Kelby Brooker, good to see him in there. He was in was at Plymouth Regional, I believe, as a freshman. Good for him. He's playing the game. That's his first number called today.
Brooker, the junior. Ball's going to be spotted at the 19. Another great kick from Danny Carey.
Yeah, Danny's having a great season.
Riley Roy back to pass. Quick pass through the middle. And incomplete. Intended for a steal.
Defense was right in there. He got rid of it quickly, though. Should have held on to that steal.
Ball right on his hands. Steal hit hard. Would have been a pickup of about 5. Instead, 2nd and 10. Going back to that 85-yard pass from Olmsted, the fact that that was on a 3rd and 10 inside a minute left to play in the first half. Just
from their own 15. That's impressive.
Roy, shotgun set, hands off to Muzzy. Muzzy breaks a tackle. He's going to be hit hard, just shy of the first down. Actually, that was Weeks on the carry. Colby Moore stood him up about 3 yards shy. And that is going to run out the clock in half number 1, 37-7. And just looking at the Union leader prediction of 21-6. Be interesting to see how Plymouth comes out in the second half.
Well, the Union leader, that could have been the first half they were talking about. We're not sure. We'll have to check with that.
So that'll wrap it up for us here in this first half. We're going to take a nice little break here when we come back. Plymouth looking to tack on to their 37-7 lead. Hopefully, we'll see something different from that Laconia offense. Back here live and set to go. 37-7 is the score. Plymouth with the lead over Laconia here at Rivalry Day in a game that started off, could have been a close game. It was 9-7 at one point, and from there it's been all Bobcat ball. They will receive to start the second half. And
Tony Velez
cuts back, spin move through the 30, still on his feet, finally wrapped up right around the 27. Velez trying to make something out of nothing. And they're going to spot it at the 25.
Well, it was an exciting first half offensively for Plymouth, and Laconia did have that one good run. And they showed us they could run the ball, and the quarterback put a nice pass on for the 6 points they did get. But I don't know if they're dinged up, and if Plymouth scores now, it's going to be running time, which is going to be hard to catch.
Olmsted still out there as quarterback. Dosen out wide. He does hand off to Maycomer, who breaks through the middle. 2 tackles and a big pickup there.
Another shoestring, otherwise he's gone. Quick hitter up the middle, wide open.
Garrett Maycomer moves the ball. It's spotted right at the 45.
Typically what the coach will do, will have his offensive team, first team, run a series. After that, I think he's going to put the little kids in, see what, so he could develop them. But I know they don't want to come off the field, so they're going to have a good series here. See where they go.
1st and 10 from the 45. Olmsted will hand off once again to Maycomer. Broke a tackle, pickup of about 2 yards. My mistake, that was not Maycomer.
Nope, McGowan.
That was McGowan. We haven't really called his name out at all. I believe that's just his 3rd carry of the game.
I want to see Nolan Freena break one again. I think he's in there at back.
One more. Dosen out wide. Olmsted will hand off. And I want to say that was McGowan again.
Did not fool anybody.
No, I don't think he picked up a yard. He may have actually lost a yard.
That was Connor McGowan. They had a little action back there. It wasn't deceptive at all. And no gain on that play.
So 3rd and 8. After the big Maycomer pickup. About 22 yards on that last first down.
Big stop for Laconia here.
Just one man in the backfield now. One in motion. Farina takes it. And Farina is going to be taken down for a loss. Looked like he was going to break out of that tackle. Instead, it's a loss of about a yard. They're going to spot it right at the 45.
Good tackle. Captain Ben Bellevue held on tight. So they're a little inspired coming out of the halftime.
First 3 and out for Plymouth. After putting up 37 points. Great stop.
Good for Laconia.
They needed that. Big time.
Dosen's back to punt. Timeout.
Timeout called. I can't tell who it was taken by. And I
Plymouth.
believe they're going to say Plymouth took the timeout. Jacob Steele was back to return. And for Plymouth team that came out firing on all cylinders in the first half, a little lackadaisical here in the second. As you said, it'll be interesting to see if this first team offense comes out in their second series, especially given the fact that they didn't really do anything outside of that 22-yard pickup by Maycumber.
So the punt team not having a lot of punts this year, just getting organized. Dawson's back. He's been out for 2 weeks, so he's back in punt formation. We'll see what they could do here.
Steele lines himself up right on the 20. Dawson's punt uncontested, and it will make its way down to around the 24. I believe it stayed in bounds and dropped right on that far hash mark at the 24-yard line.
Well, didn't put him in the hole like they could have, so Laconia has a little breathing room. Let's see if they get that running game going again. Generate some offense.
Decent field position.
Yep. Starting defense is out there. Velez, Brickley. Dawson's out there now. They're running to his side.
And a pickup of about 5 yards. That was Muzzy.
Good stop by Dawson. He got knocked to the ground, holding on to him, though.
So a pickup of 6. Second down and 4. Ball spotted at the 30. Laconia could make it at least relatively interesting with the score here.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go the length of the field.
Make Plymouth work.
Exactly.
Second and 4, another handoff to Muzzy. Muzzy picks up about 3 yards. I don't think he made it to the first down marker. Another third and short.
He had a little daylight there, though.
They're going to give him 3 yards.
Jacob Lamb coming out now. Velez is out.
So third down, a yard to go.
Nolan Farina's out there. Safety, creeping up like a linebacker. Handoff.
And it looks like a loss of yards, but a flag will be down near side.
Hey, it could be another Plymouth gift.
Colby Moore in the tackle.
Colby Moore initially there on the tackle.
Oh.
And it's going to be on the offense.
That's too bad.
On the play. False start on Laconia.
I didn't see the jump off. False start, though. So Plymouth is holding their own on that line right now, not giving them an easy one. That's good.
5-yard penalty.
Third and long.
Third down and 6.
Feels like a passing play, Justin.
I would have to assume that they are. Third and 6. Still an I formation.
Look at this.
Back to pass. A
Look
wide
at this.
open Bartlett.
Fighting for it.
Jump ball taken down right at the 45. The longest passing play of the afternoon.
Halfback option. Owen Brickley right with the guy, but he went up and took it away from him. Fought hard for that. Well deserved. Great play.
And I have to say, too, if Riley Roy puts a little bit more air underneath that, I think Bartlett could have had some room to work with. I believe so.
I thought it looked like a halfback option. No, I agree. A little more air. Regardless.
Roy back to pass, play action. He throws through the middle, has a man open, but Ryan McCray can't pull it down. Looked like it was a little bit too high and behind him.
Yeah, that was dangerous. But he was wide open.
He had some room to work with.
You know what? Good practice for the defense. I want to see Riley Roy get that arm loosened up and make it a little more interesting right here.
Laconia has some options. We saw the only score of the game for them on straight running plays through the middle of the field. And 4 Plymouth gifts. Now they're really starting to mix it up. A couple of pass plays, a couple of great running plays early on in this drive. Another I formation. Muzzy with the handoff. He's going to pick up maybe a yard.
Tried to pick his way, looking for a little opening. Ryan Finkel in there now, defensive end. Shuffling these guys in and out. Seth Sawyer's back in. Dylan Hickson, the captain, coming out, getting a breather. Stephen Shute on the line. Of course, Garrett Maycomber's still in there. And Riley's looking at another passing play, I think, Justin.
Another 3rd and 10, you'd have to assume. They're, once again, I formation. Roy, back to pass, has some time, looking out deep to McCray. Jump ball, and...
Did he get it?
It looks like they're going to give him the first down.
Oh, no.
McCray pulling it down right at the 30-yard line. Another jump ball.
Got to give Laconia credit. They're taking it away. If we're up there with them, they're wrestling hard for it, and they're coming down with it.
Crane initially on the back end of that.
Well, the passing play is moving them along, so good for them.
Another first down right at the 32. Handoff.
Reverse.
Double reverse there. Steele gets around the outside, and he's not going to really pick up anything, but great option there for Laconia. Great mix-up of plays.
Yeah, they got to get back on the board. That was a little slow developing, but they're getting creative, so good for them. Gives our defense something else to look at. And I like this kid's arm. He's putting it down there, and our defensive backs are right with him. But Laconia's coming down with the ball.
Another throwing play, but this time Roy is going to be cleaned out.
Crushed. Garrett Maycomber. Of course, Garrett helps him up. Gentleman that he is. Great sportsmanship. But he's just blew through that hole. I don't think Roy got a chance to cock his arm.
So another 3rd and long. And Paul, so far the last 2 3rd and longs have resulted in 15, 20-yard pickups through the air. We'll see what Roy can come up with here. He's in the shotgun. Takes 2 steps back, looks to his right, has a man open. It's McCray. McCray, another jump ball, and this time it's going to be slapped out of the air. Great coverage by Owen Brickley.
Great coverage. Not a good pass. Not a good pass. And
one of the few that we haven't seen from Roy, because he's really been right on the money.
Ryan McCray was waiting for that along with Owen, and tough to come down with that one.
McCray was able to out-jump Crane in the last pickup. A little bit better of a pass this time. That was really right at Brickley, and they are going to go for it here on 4th and 13.
4th and long.
Shotgun set, a man to his left. 2 receivers on both sides and a flag. They're actually...
Good call.
Timeout called by Laconia.
4th down. This could be the one on the other page of the playbook that they're going to have to use.
Be interesting to see, too, if they have any sort of kicking game that they want to go to. Obviously, at 37-7, the last thing you want to do is kick the ball.
Right.
But at 4th and 13, it might be better just to try and get some points on the board, especially after that first series from Plymouth where a quick 3-0, or they had 1 first down before being stopped on 3 plays and actually losing yardage.
Now, they had a good defensive stand, Laconia. They earned this right to get back on offense. A little misdirection, offside screen or something here. That was open last time they ran it.
See if they can try to just pull Plymouth offsides. It looked as though that might have been what they were trying to do last time, is just a shotgun set trying to see if Plymouth was bringing the house.
Well, the good news is it won't give them a first down. So
exactly.
Let them jump. Let them jump.
It'll still be third and medium.
Yeah, 3rd and 9 or whatever. Let them jump. But a little misdirection maybe. Screen. They got 2 out to the left. 2 out to the right. Yeah, you better hope you got the
McCray and Steele
protection.
McCray and Steele on the right side. Kelby Brooker alongside Roy. Roy takes the pass, and he's still on his feet. Breaks a pair of tackles up through the middle, and he is going to be cleaned out at the 22-yard line. Garrett Maycumber with the stop and a turnover on downs after Roy almost made something out of nothing.
Good effort by Roy. He didn't have anybody opening. He didn't. He took it himself, but yeah, Garrett Maycumber is not getting the ball enough on offense, so he's got to hit somebody. Loves the contact.
A great job by Roy, too. The pocket closed in after about a second and a half. He took a step up, was almost wrapped up. I almost started to call the sack. Instead, he stayed on his feet, able to pick up a couple of yards. And handoff near side, rounding the corner, and has plenty of space in front of him.
There he goes.
15, 10, 5, touchdown. And guess who?
Nolan, Captain Farina. So happy for that kid. What a great day he's having. Is that his third touchdown?
Nolan Farina, third touchdown.
That was all him, too. Broke a couple tackles like he likes to do, then and was gone. He's a lot faster than he looks, I'll tell you that. Great run, Nolan. Great call by the coaches, too.
Nobody near side for Laconia defensively. And Danny Carey's out for his 6th point after attempt, looking to make it 44-7.
Which is a good number, because we're going to be running the clock now.
Ball is down, kick is up, and Danny Carey puts it right down the middle.
Consistent all year. Good job, Danny.
44-7. And Paul, I'm not as brushed up on the rules as you are, so run me through running clock after how many points?
35-point lead.
35-point lead.
And you're going to run the clock, and that works really right up Plymouth's alley because they're a good running team, and this game will be over in 15 minutes.
So regardless of whether or not Laconia, so if Laconia puts up 2 quick scores, it's still running clock?
That's my understanding. So
we'll find out, I guess, if Laconia does decide to put up 2 quick scores. However,
yeah, I'm remaining hopeful. They're going to run the clock.
Farina and Olmsted must be close to 1,000 yards between the two of them.
I think a lot of little kids are going to be in now, and they're going to have a little fun and experience against this team, and
which this team needs.
Yeah, we got some new numbers out there right now. A couple of sophomores I see, a freshman I see.
Looks like a couple of new numbers
yeah.
in the backfield for Laconia as well. That ball kicks right down the middle.
Nice kick.
Steele will catch it just inside the touch line. He's going to make his way out through the 20, breaks a tackle, and finally wrapped up around the 24. Run back of about 20 yards.
Yeah, it looks like Joey D'Ambruso, number 64, and then you got 62, Justin Colangeli.
There is a flag on the play right around the 30-yard line. Not sure officially what it is yet.
Blocking the back, maybe. Holding. Yep. That's what it is.
Unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, too bad.
On Laconia. And
you don't want that right now. You got Seth Murray out there, number 77. 6'5", 330. He's going to be playing in the middle now. Yeah, the bench is going to get in there. Varsity's over here now getting some water, getting their helmets off. Played hard. They played hard today.
First team for Laconia's offense still out there. Roy making his way out. I'd love to see Roy start slinging it around here just like he did that last drive. He really had some stuff going for a while.
Right, work on those things. Got some new defensive backs. Quick pitch.
Pickup of 5, looking to break a couple of tackles. I think that was Muzzy.
Good job.
On the run.
Clock's going to run. I hope Laconia gets a couple first downs, takes it all the way down.
That was Muzzy, picks up 8. So 2nd and 2. As you said, now the time for Laconia really to work on some things. For Plymouth, on the same side.
Plymouth has some freshmen out there. Look at this kid right up the middle.
Quick handoff. Couple of broken tackles. Still on his feet is Brooker. And Brooker finally taken down near midfield.
Excellent run, Brooker. Good for him.
Couple of broken tackles. Nice move right around the 40-yard line. And Laconia just inside the 50.
Good job, Kelby. Yeah, he was here as a freshman. He was a tough player. Lost him. He moved out of town. Good for him. Hope he has a good season this year and next year as a senior.
1st and 10 from the 49. Laconia threatening to break into Plymouth territory. Handoff once again near side to Muzzy. Muzzy has a man on his back for about 3 yards, and that's about all he'll pick up.
Brought down by number 42, Ian Trider.
Ian Trider is a freshman. Terrific freshman, hard running back.
Trider had him wrapped up right at the 49 and continued to be pulled along by Muzzy for about 3 yards.
Yeah, he's 9th grader. Good for him getting out there. Going to learn a lot.
So 2nd and 7, ball spotted at the 48. Roy, pitch out wide to Steele. Steele's got some room to work with. He turns the corner, able to break a couple of tackles, still on his feet, and will be pushed out of bounds. Another Sachems first down.
Fantastic. Move those chains. Give these kids some experience. And there's that Laconia running game we saw earlier in the first half.
What we did see is Laconia just pounding through the middle. Now we're seeing a lot more options towards the outside right there. The pitch out wide. And last time we saw that, it was a pickup of about 8 by Muzzy back in the first half. Steele on the carry the last time. And
good tackle right there.
New player in for
Jake Duquette. Good kid. Jacob Duquette. Excellent tackle. He's on the line now. Good experience for these kids.
That was Garrett Whitney's first carry of the game for Laconia. Whitney, 5'9", 225. He is a senior on this Laconia team and getting his first carry. Once again, I formation. Roy to hand off to Muzzy again. Muzzy breaks a pair of tackles, has the first down and more. Great cutback move, and he's going to be down just inside the Plymouth 20.
Excellent. Defense is getting a good workout. Good for these kids. We're down to under 2 minutes, 20 seconds. 19. This is going to end the quarter.
Laconia might try to get one more playoff. Doesn't look like they're going to. Down inside 5 seconds. Roy gets the snap off, hands off to Muzzy. Muzzy looks one way, tries the other, and he's going to be brought down with maybe 2-yard pickup. But that will end the third quarter. Plymouth still 7. Laconia threatening for their first time since the second drive of the game.
Yeah, the backups, the freshmen, the sophomores, they're going to get a good look today. Makes it fun for them, too, and they work hard and practice all week.
Time to do the 50-50 drawing. Get the tickets ready.
So 44-7, 12 minutes left. It will stay running clock.
3, 8,
Be out of here in 15 minutes, boys.
6.
Good to see here, too, from Plymouth. 42 points in game number 1, 43 points in game number 2, and 44 points in game number 3. The odds so far continuing to stay in Plymouth's favor.
And they're not going to look to score, Plymouth. They got the backup team in there, and they're on a good run, but they're not going to be looking to run this up. Usually they do their damage in the first half, and that's usually enough to hold on.
37 points in the first half should be enough to hold on realistically in any game. But
right.
Next week, Paul, I think is going to be a little bit more of a challenge. This next week will probably, from my understanding, be the first time that Plymouth's first-string offense will be out for the entire game.
We'll see.
It could be interesting. Yeah, it could go both ways. 2nd and 10. Roy's going to pitch to Muzzy. Muzzy, not a great couple of moves through, and he's inside the 10.
Picking his way. Good run. Some good blocks out there.
Good to see Muzzy's numbers come up, too, especially in this half. He had a couple of great runs back in that first half, despite only putting up one score.
Austin Tallman's out there. Playing hard. Yeah, a lot of little kids. Let's see if they can hold on.
Caleb Bartlett out wide. They're going to hand off again to Muzzy. Muzzy puts a stiff arm on, gets around 1. He's going to be taken down around the 5. 2nd and goal.
Ian Trider, 9th grade, holding their own. Let's see if they can make a good stand here. Keep them out of the end zone. A lot of pride. Jackson Palumbo's in. Tough, rangy kid. Quick enough.
And now the ball is going to be brought back. Have to assume.
Didn't see that call. That's too bad.
15 yards for another unsportsmanlike conduct, so second goal from the 20.
Well, there's no place for that. You don't need that. Don't need that, Laconia. You're shooting yourself in the foot. You don't need to do that.
Tough break. Again, I formation set. Handoff to Muzzy, who a couple of great moves before being taken down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it looks as though the first turnover of the game. Muzzy is going to drop the ball at the 15, and Plymouth is going to take over on their own 15-yard line. And
good for that second-string defense, huh? Keeping them out of the end zone, coming up with a big turnover. Is that the first turnover of the game?
That is. It's been a clean game in terms of the turnover ratio. We haven't seen anything, and for Drew Muzzy, that's a tough break. You get your team inside the 5. Laconia gets the unsportsmanlike 15-yard penalty, and then
yeah, it's uncalled for.
He can't.
It's too bad.
Hold on to it. Drew Muzzy has been outstanding in the backfield for Laconia, and not the way he or that team has predicted this game to go.
No, not at all. So Zach McGlone's in at quarterback, number 10. He's finished up a few games for us this year. Gets an opportunity now to have some fun. 15-yard line, you're going to have to do something here.
McGlone set. Flag in the backfield.
Delay a game?
I believe it will be a delay a game, so.
Second string offense. Got to get a little more organized.
There's a couple of guys rushing on late there, too. I think that was probably a lot of what was going on there.
All right, a redo.
This time they're on their own 10.
1st and 15. Let's see what we got at running back.
Looks like 2 back. Hunter Lessard, one of them. I believe Ryan Sharp, the other. Pitch out wide to Velez. Velez beats a couple of defenders, and he's going to be taken down. Maybe for a loss. If not, he might have been able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And I believe they are going to say he is. So 2nd and 15 from the 11.
Joey Cleary's in there. He's a sophomore.
Clock continuing to run here on 2nd and 15. Handoff through the middle
to Ryan Sharp. Ryan Sharp
has the first down.
He did this the last home game. 3 times up the middle for 10-yard gains.
Sharp, that time a 16-yard pickup. Good enough for the first down on 2nd and 15.
Good for Ryan. Good quick feet. That keeps the offense alive.
So ball spotted at
the moving.
Plymouth 28.
I think we're down to close to 8 minutes.
It's either an 8 or a 3. It looks like a couple of numbers there.
I wish it was a 3, but it's probably not a 3.
Sharp this time is going to be wrapped up behind the line. Laconia expecting that play.
We're under 8 minutes now, and the clock is going to run.
Interesting to see, too, that Union Leader 21-6 prediction. In terms of Laconia's offense, they were almost spot on for the time being.
Well, it could have been a halftime score. We have to look that up yet.
Producer Andrew Fenn shaking his head.
Well, they were going with the rivalry factor, which
that's
is real.
very true, and that's
because it can make a season. You come cross town and beat up on Plymouth at home, can make your season.
McGlone to hand off far side to Cleary, and Cleary's not going to get anything. I believe he may have been brought down behind the line, so another 3rd and long. But as you said, and there was at one point, Plymouth started off with the block punt on 3 and out, put up a quick 2 points, and then went ahead to score, make it 9-0 before Laconia marched back. And the two of us recognized that. Granted, Plymouth gave Laconia 4 first downs on that drive, but regardless, we both thought it was going to be much closer for the time being.
Yeah, I give Laconia credit. They responded.
Instead now, Velez out wide. McGlone back to pass. Pocket closing, and he's just going to throw it away. A wise throw out from McGlone there as he had nobody. The only man deep was Velez, who was starting to cut in at around the 45, but by the time McGlone saw him, he was...
That was as close to intentional grounding as you're going to see.
There's nobody over by that ball.
But he got rid of it. He didn't get hurt, didn't lose any ground. They didn't throw the flag, so he's okay. 4th down.
4th and 9.
Let's see who can kick this ball.
Do they have anybody out there that's going to kick?
I can't tell.
It looks like for the time being, I think they're going to go for it here.
Well, they got the clock is on their side.
And they are. So 4th and 9 from the 30. Everybody on the line for Laconia, bringing the house.
Crazy.
McGlone back, looking to pass. He's got Velez. Velez is going to be cleaned out. And that's going to be enough for a first down. Velez taken down hard right around the 45.
Ryan D's having a tough day. That's too bad. That was his ball as much as Velez's ball, if he just went for it instead of pulling him down by the neck, which is too bad. So you give Plymouth another shot. First down, out of the hole.
The nice thing for Ryan D, too, Anthony Velez, who he was marking up, at least has no more of a size advantage. Instead of being down 7 inches to Dosen, Anthony Velez, 5'9", 5'7", 150.
That ball was D's ball as much as it was Velez's. Now, what was the call here? Oh, it was only 15. Not from,
it was only
you don't
15.
Go to the spot. Right. Well, that's good.
So,
but I thought D could have picked it off. It was as much his as it was Velez. So
in a way, it looked as though Velez was kind of tangled up right around the 50 before Velez took him down. I think Velez would have had some room to work with if it was clean for the entirety. Once again, a handoff in the backfield, no gain.
Big hit. It looks like
JT Scammon.
JT, sophomore. This whole bench is getting a workout. Really good for these kids.
Well, Nolan Farina, as we said, has about 600 yards this game, 3 touchdowns.
What a great day he had. I'm very happy for him. He showed up today. He's only going to get better. He's an integral part of that offense.
2nd and 10 from the 45. McGlone's going to hand off to Scammon. Scammon's going to lose a yard. Another 3rd and long coming up.
Laconia does not want to give up any points here, obviously. And we're just under 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes. This will be over in no time.
Plymouth continuing to run out the clock. Laconia might get one more possession. And for the time being, on a 4th and 10, they gave Plymouth 15 yards in the first down. It will be 3rd and 11. Velez out wide, near side.
Man to man. Looking for him already.
Dropping back to pass is McGlone. McGlone throws towards the sideline. It is going to be caught.
What a great catch.
And Velez. Now Hunter Lassard was the one to pull it in.
That was a nice catch. It's only a couple yards, but still a nice catch.
Enough to make it 4th and 7. 4th and 6 is the initial ruling, and it looks as though Plymouth is going to keep the offense on the field.
Try another one. That was the play Nolan Farina scored on. They put him in deep. Nolan went on the flare, but he went down the sideline.
Dosen was marked up a lot towards the beginning part of that first half, and now, once again, far side is Velez. One man in the backfield. McGlone will hand it off.
Good play, not bad.
And Scammon picks up maybe 4 yards. It's not going to be enough for the first down. And Plymouth will turn it over on downs. However, Laconia definitely was expecting a pass. And instead, Plymouth almost snuck in a 4th down conversion.
Almost. He had a little daylight there for that very reason. Expecting a pass, but we'll see how the defense holds up. They don't want to give it up here.
Clock now down under 3 minutes.
Riley Roy, I think, would like to get something on the board.
Roy, who has been, for the most part, passing the ball well. As you said, just trying to make this score a little less ugly. He's got Steele behind him. Instead, he hands off to Brooker. Brooker's going to pick up about 5 yards. So 2nd and 5. Now inside 2 minutes left of play. And Plymouth is going to improve to 3-0, putting up 40-plus points in every single game. Hand off to Steele. He's got some room to work with far side. Breaks the tackle, still on his feet, right at the first down marker. And I have to assume forward progress is going to give him the first down.
1:40. 3rd down, they're going to go for it regardless. Oh, they're going to move him?
They're going to move the chains here. So just enough.
Good.
About half a football past the first down marker. Laconia's offense now working quickly. Connor Johnson out wide for Roy. Instead, the handoff is to Brooker, and Brooker's going to be taken down for a pickup of 1. A late flag thrown in.
Oh, boy.
Behind the play. And I believe...
Hope it's not on Plymouth. Coaches hate that flag.
It is going to be a hold on Plymouth.
Defensive hold. That's going to give him a first down.
So the clock does stop inside. Is it inside 2 minutes or anytime there's a flag on the field?
It's another one I don't know. I don't know.
Or it might be a... Oh, the clock is now running again, so...
Big
regardless.
penalty. Another first down penalty.
First down, ball spotted at the 25. Steele in the backfield. Looks like Drew Muzzie's day is done. Roy dropping back to pass. Has a man far side, wide open, and unable to pull it in. Is...
Not his best pass. But he was open. He was down there.
Can't tell who it was. It looked like...
Well, I don't see 23 on the roster.
No. We have 2 different rosters, both of them. One says number 1 is Jacob Steele. The other one says number 23 is Jacob Steele. I'm going with number 1 for the time being.
Right.
Roy has some time, starting to scramble. Throws, gets hit deep in the end zone and unable to pull it down. There is going to be a flag. And it's going to be another 15-yarder, so ball will be set up.
Even in the end zone, goal. They don't do like the pros.
Where would they spot it?
1 yard line. Like
right. Well, that's what I mean, yeah.
They're going to bring it down there?
They're going to have to.
Or just 15?
Well, it's exactly 15 yards.
They were on the 25.
Oh, okay, so it's going to be on the 10 then.
So
first and goal around the 10. 10 seconds left. Actually going to spot it at the 12. And so 9 seconds left. Maybe one more play for Laconia if they can get it off. They hustle to the line.
4.
One more play. Shotgun set for Roy. He takes the snap just as time expires. Pocket closes. Still out on his feet. Going to try and run it in. And he's going to be stopped shy of the 5. That's going to do it. And Roy, once again, trying to make something out of nothing. And rivalry day here between Laconia and Plymouth will go to the Bobcats. Paul, your initial thoughts here. I mean, we had no idea what to expect. Had to assume at some point Plymouth was going to break it open, but it was a matter of when. And a 37-7 halftime lead was really enough to do it.
Long day for Laconia. They had, I think this was their biggest challenge of the year so far. I don't know who they played earlier and lost to Hanover. So they beat Kingswood, and Kingswood is very weak this year.
Yep, they lost to Hanover on the road in Game 1, was shut out Kingswood in their home opener last week.
I was hoping they'd get up for this big rivalry. Like I said, you win it, you beat Plymouth at home. That could make your season. But they didn't. They had that one good run, in spite of our couple first down penalties. But regardless,
4 of them to be exact.
The kid's got a nice arm. He put one in the corner. He scored a legit touchdown. But that was all they could muster.
Riley Roy and Drew Muzzie, the 2 offensive sparks for the Laconia team. However, really nothing else they could do after that second drive of the game.
Right.
And just
Laconia defense is, again, a lot of those guys going both ways. They had to be exhausted trying to catch Farina and those guys. It's just too much for them.
Unofficially, Farina must have been close to 100 yards before halftime, and 3 scores for him Olmsted really threw the ball well today for Plymouth, and they're going to pick up their third win. They are now at 3-0, and Laconia falls to 1-2. Paul, are you going to be calling Plymouth's game next week? I would assume you are. And I would assume that is on the road. That is here.
I think the game is home.
It is here.
So, yeah, I'll be joined by Tim Tyler. We had the championship game last year at UNH, which was a blast. And, again, championship team, they got a target on their back. So Bo's going to be all geared up coming in. They haven't been – I don't think they've been scored upon this year. Should be a great contest, but I'll tell you, I want to see the defense that has an answer for this offense because they're just getting tuned up, and you have anywhere between 3, 4, 5 of these guys can show up. And with Dosen back and his display of athleticism, Bo could be in for a real treat, a really tough match.
So that will do it here from Plymouth Regional High School, 44-7 over Laconia. And coming up next, we will sit down and have a one-on-one interview with Coach Sanborn. But for the final time, Plymouth 44-7 over Laconia. Justin Swirsky here alongside Coach Sanborn, and Coach, obviously 37 points in the first half, 44-7 score. Initially, what were your thoughts going through the game? How did you prepare for this week, and was this a result that you were kind of expecting?
Yeah, well, and it's not always the result you're expecting. I thought if we came in and we executed and did what we could do, that we could score some points. We thought we might have a little trouble stopping that off tackle, and then they're going to throw that out a little bit, and the quarterback does a great job throwing the out. So we knew, and that one drive we down scored, they kind of did it. We fundamentally, our linebackers weren't reading correctly. Make some adjustments on the game, and we jumped out 9-0 there, and they come down and scored 9-7, and we offensively went right back down and scored. Offense played great today. Nolan Freeman, I think, had 144 yards rushing, 2 TDs. He caught a touchdown pass. So I think he had another 70 or 80 yards through the air, two passes. So I thought they played well. Ben Olmsted played well today. The kids played well. It was a hot day. They were getting tired, getting dehydrated. The boys up front playing hard, trying to get better every week. Stephen Shute had been out sick with the flu, so he's a little dehydrated anyway. So he couldn't go the full game. He's a two-way starter for us. So the next guy stepped in and did a nice job. It's a big win. It's Laconia. And there's talk of Laconia trying to petition down to Division III next cycle. So we were afraid this might be the last time the boys get to face them. So we wanted to. We wanted to go out on top, and get a win. We needed this win as, team we felt we could beat, but we also felt they could come in and beat us. If we don't do our job and you don't come in prepared, any team like that can beat you.
Coach, next question, probably the last question I'll ask you. I mean, from the looks of things, Nolan Farina, from our perspective, seemed to have 2,000 yards on the ground today. He was one guy last year that you didn't see a lot due to injury that's really come on. As far as your weapons and everybody that you have, how prepared do you feel taking on Bo next weekend for homecoming?
I don't feel very good. But Bo was one kid from the team last year, the tight end there, so they got a lot of guys coming back, and we know we got to get better. One guy can't win you a game. We know that last year when Nolan went down, the next guy stepped up. We know it takes 11 players on every play. And those boys down in the trenches got to be ready. Bo's got all their linemen back. They're going to want to try to ground and pound it down their throat. We got to be prepared. We got to play fast, but we got to execute. We got to line up on defense, and we can't be jumping off sides. We did that 3 times in one drive, and that's lack of discipline. I was a little disciplined. We rebounded from that and made some adjustments, but those are things we got to clean up. Can't go in and play Bo and make mistakes. If you do, you're going to get beat. It's a rematch, a championship. It's homecoming week for us. Hopefully the kids will be fired up, but it's a big game, and it's a big game across the board because it's going to say a lot for playoff implications and seeding and all those things. And we'll take it serious. We'll get prepared. We know how good they are, and we're going to give it everything we have. And win or lose, we're going to hold our heads high, knowing that we played the best we could and we gave it everything we had, and we're going to go the next week. That's what we'll do.
Awesome, Coach. I appreciate it. Next weekend, Bo here, homecoming weekend. Make sure to tune in, PBTV Channel 20.